Hi, this is Linda with KC Creations. I'm doing a tutorial today for Digi and SVG Designs for You. It is called Blueberrylicious Loaded Mason Jar File Folder. And this is the little cutie we're going to be doing. It's got little handles on it. There's multiple pockets. This is all stuffed with ephemera. More pockets here, double pockets. And on the back, there's a belly band, another pocket, tons of ephemera. And we have more ephemera than we can possibly stick in this little guy. So you have a choice of what you want to do. What we're going to do first is, if you're following along with me, so we're going to get all of our pieces printed out. Now, the front, I have already printed double side for the base of the mason jar there. These are some of our pockets. Here, pockets here. Here's all of our ephemera we have to choose from. There is tons of it in here. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Very bright. Got a little jar there with a little gingham top on it. Lots of little sayings. And I printed that double side also because these little guys are going to fold up and make another little pocket for us. So this piece and the front piece you need to print on the other side with one of the backing papers. These are our recipe cards, lots of little words down here for us to use. Fussy cuts, big tickets. There's another one. Here's a whole page of fussy cuts you can pick from. And here's all of our backing papers, beautiful blue. It's pink. Blue with little tiny darker blue dots. There's some blueberries, pretty pink one. And that's what we're going to be working with, ladies. So if you want to pause me and go print out yours, remember to back this one and the one with pocket on it. We'll be back and we'll put this cute little guy together. Okay, we're back. I've got all my pieces cut out. I have backed them because I do back mine. That is not necessary if you don't want to, but I like mine very sturdy. Excuse me. I put little eyelets in the ones that had the hole and some chiffon ribbon. Cut out my little guy and I have scored him on the scoreboard here. And you're just going to line him up. And these black lines do not come on a scoreboard. I put those. Just line it up. And this is 1/4 of an inch, this little spine here. You're just going to go down each side. Fold it over, both sides. And he lines up perfectly. Now I want to show you, if you're not familiar with fussy cutting and all that stuff, how I do it. I cut around the design. I do not cut up against the design. Leave a big border around it. Pick the paper you want. Put some glue on it. Glue it all down, even the white part that was around here. That's just to make sure that you've got all the edges. If you leave yourself a little margin of error, that you're sure to get all the glue. And then I just put him on there, flatten him out. Now when you cut it out, instead of cutting out 2 images, you only have to cut out 1. Just cut right around here, and he'll be good to go. Piece here. Doesn't have to be pretty because we're going to cut it all off. Make sure he's all stuck down. Normally I would let this dry a little bit, but for this purpose, we'll just start. Now, if you're right-handed, you take your left hand and turn your paper under your scissors. Kind of leave your scissors stationary and turn your paper. You're going to get better cuts. You're not going to fight it so much trying to get around the edges. If you were to try to cut out two separate pieces, you'd be fighting the edges to get them even. This way, when you glue it down on your backing paper, there's no way that you can have an extra edge out there that you might have to trim off later. If that makes sense. I hope it does. And as you know, if you've watched any of my tutorials, I'm an inker. I love to ink. I think it just finishes it off. I don't like to see the white edge on paper. Even when you use colored paper, when you cut into it, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have a white edge because it started out with a white core that they dyed. There you go, both sides. Then I just use, and I always use Vintage Photo Distress ink. That's just my go-to because it kind of goes with everything. A lot of people ink like so, some ink like this. It's whatever you're comfortable with. You just want to make sure you get in all the little pieces in here so you're not left with a piece of white. Then I just kind of give it a look. And I always ink the back also. And there he is, all done. Easy peasy. Okay, back to our pretty little guy here. Now you can work with him like this when we glue our pockets, or like so. This is the way I'm doing it. These are our first pockets. I've cut them out, inked around the edges. We're going to do the big one first. Get them all lined up. You can see the little blue lines here. That's an excellent thing to use to line up everything, plus the little grapes, the little leaf there. You'll see when you lay it down how it matches up perfectly. Just going to put a thin layer of glue all the way around the bottom and the sides. You want to make sure that you do not go over your spine, over into your spine area there. Just line it up. And if you've got a craft knife, some people call them X-Acto knives. I hope my head is not in the picture there. Then I always double check. See how I'm sticking out a little bit there? Okay, is it my cutting or did I not get him lined up? He needs to be scooted over just a tad there. And we're only humans, so we're going to have a little bit of error. We can't cut out two things identical. So as you can see right here, there's a little bit of my pocket sticking out. Just take your craft knife, go around it. Ink. Make sure he's not hanging over. He's perfect. Okay, let's glue the bottom piece on. I'm going to do the same thing around the sides here. Bottom. Line him up. Look at your picture. Look at the little blue lines that are running up and down here. Make sure that they're all fixed. Double check. We're good to go on that side. And I cut these out also using craft knife. Little white hole there. Now our inside here. Got these. Need that extra thing. There we go. Same thing. We're gonna glue the sides and the bottom and the other side. Just come up to right before it starts to curve there. Lay them down. Make sure you don't come out over here in the hole. Make sure you don't come over your score line. And that's why I inked these, so that I could see where they were, so I could get things lined up good. And with the liquid glue, it gives you some time to wiggle them around. Let's double check. Make sure I didn't come over. Nope, I'm good. And we're going to put his little bottom on him. Same thing on the sides. And the bottom. You can use any glue that you like. A lot of people like glitter glue. I use this kind, Aleene's Tacky Glue. I just like it's a little bit thicker. Doesn't squish out as much. Should we get lined up here? Check. No, I'm not hanging over anywhere. Okay, we're going to do this side. This is our 3-layer pocket. Big one first. Now, a lot of people will glue all 3 pockets together and then glue it down. I don't recommend that, because if you were off, so you got your cut a little off like I did on the first one, you're going to be cutting through 3 layers of cardstock, which makes it a little bit more difficult. But if you got good strong fingers, I guess you could do it. Make sure that you're not coming over your score line here. Check him, make sure he's not hanging over. Nope, he's good. Matching up your design underneath. See, the jar comes here. You're matching it perfect there. Double checking again. Nope, I'm good. And if you get yours off, it's not a big deal. Just use your craft knife and just trim it. Make sure everything's lining up. You can see the little leaves here, they're all perfectly lined. Lemon wedge there. Just scoot him down a little bit. also, when you're dabbing up your glue, if you go like this, you're taking a chance of pulling the ink off of your paper. But if you wipe, you have works out a little bit better. Now we're going to do the back. We've got our pocket. And if you have any questions, just reach out and touch me. I will answer as fast as I can. You can contact me through my Etsy store. It's KC Creations by Linda. Just put contact seller and post your question, and I'll get back with you. Sure, all good. Now, our little band. Make sure you get them right side up. See the little flower is here, and that's where we're going. You can see that the center of the flower is there, so that's where we're going to match them up. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each end because we're making a little belly band. Make sure I'm not over the spine there. Here we got all our little pockets. Yep, we're good. Now I have picked all these, and there is more ephemera. Believe it or not, there is a ton of ephemera, so you have a big choice of what you would like. You can take your really big ones. Here. Our fronts had time to dry, so we're good on that. And let's put him back here. I thought this was just precious. A little cone with all filled with flowers. Here. A little jar. And I just cut out these with the X-Acto knife, craft knife. This guy. And don't run over your fingers. I have done that more than once. Trying to get my thing perfectly cut out and just leave my finger in the way and just whack it off. There, look at that. That is so cute. Now we got this. Got some more here. This one I left to show you what it would look like if you didn't cut them out. And all I did was just take my little ink dopper and just lightly go over it to cover up the white, kind of dull it down a little bit. And that is if you just don't want to cut like I did on the first one. Let's see, we'll stick him here. Put our big one here, and they're all backed. I'll offset them a little bit. I'll put this one behind the jar. There we go. That looks better. Like so. And we've got the next section where we have the 3 pockets. Get the to-do list. This guy. Go to our second pocket here. Put some pink on that just because of the color of the card. Let's see, one in here. The choices are endless. You can can stick some more in there. We could stick our little one we did. Just lift him up a little bit so you can see him. So cute. And we've got the back here. All our little pieces. Can stack of pancakes, blueberry pancakes. And this little guy here, left this undone so I could show you how I do it. And I use a stylus instead of this. It just makes a smaller crease in your paper. Just, you're going to line up that very edge in the center of the score line. Score down. Do the same for the other. And my lines, why I drew them with a marker in those holes, is so that I can look at the bottom and make sure it is identical to the top. So I'm putting my little edge here right in the center of the score line. And these are going to fold, so we need to put a score line here. Tabs. We're going to bend them up. We're only going to put glue on the tab, not on this edge, just here. This side. Just like that. Then instead of scoring here, what I do is I fold them over before I score it. I do not score here. I line up the edges and I just flatten it out. That way, if you were to accidentally get your score line off, then your pages would be sticking out like so. This way you folded it and made them meet up. Just like that. Stick all our little goodies in here. And there's, like I said, there is tons of stuff. It's before you, you know that. So you have the choices that you have to use is endless. Okay, we got our little book put together. And we're just going to stick him right behind here. Look at that little guy. He's so cute. I have one more thing I want to do. I've got a little blueberry thing here. And I think because it is blueberries, I'm going to put it on the front. I'm just going to go down the side. And you can do the whole circle here. That little half circle. You can put glue all over him. Along the bottom. You don't have to put this on if you don't want to. Then I cut out a little donut and stick him in here and a little butterfly. There we go. Just like that. This goes perfect. There is a set, a journal set that matches this called Blueberrylicious journal set. It's in her store too. Digital and SVG Designs for You on Etsy. Also, she does provide instructions step by step, so you can listen to me, look at what I'm doing, follow along from here. A lot of people are visual, like to have the instructions. Here they are, and they work beautifully. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. Remember, if you have any questions, just reach out to me on my Etsy store, KC Creations by Linda. Say contact seller and post your question, and I'll get right back with you. But enjoy making it. I'm going to put this in my Blueberrylicious journal. Bye-bye. Have a great time.